Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Spiritual Successor, a comedy video game design podcast where we take your lovely, horrible, nasty, cursed video games ideas from all over the internet and turn them into the next AAA title. I'm your AJ Hart, your host, AJ.
And I am your Blake Rea, your other host. Hello, everybody, and welcome. How you feeling today? It's feeling pretty good. We got a nice casual Sunday going on, and we're recording on Super Bowl day. AJ, I haven't watched the Super Bowl in 3 years, so this is like
it's the
just
big
a regular
game.
It's just
baby.
a regular Sunday to me.
It's the big game day. It is like a normal Sunday, except for one big difference, and that's that, on Twitter.com, I'm now going to see a bunch of people tweeting about Super Bowl ads. Oh, God, we're going to have Super Bowl ads during a panty. Oh, these are going to suck, aren't they, bud?
During a panty? Is that
literally... During a panty. During a pepperoni, during a pan slamorama, during pajama jam.
Panty, no, during panty doesn't sound very good. Because that's dangerously close to panty.
I'm just trying to make it a little bit more flirty,
Oh, AJ, if you were ever to hit on somebody and include that in your hit on, you would be shown the door almost immediately. Who's performing this year? It's what's his name, right? The guy who did Blinding Lights.
How long must we continue to suffer until Hatsune Miku does a Super Bowl halftime show? Till the mass majority of America knows who Hatsune Miku is. I feel like only people... I think we're getting really close to that. Hatsune was at Coachella, is what I'm saying. Miku was at Coachella.
I don't know how much of our generation watches football, though, AJ. I feel like football, and like most sports, it's like...
You think they do the halftime show for football watchers? I'm sorry, you think that The Weeknd is performing at the halftime for the football watchers? You think that they had LMFAO at the halftime for the football watchers?
Wait a second, they had LMFAO as the fucking halftime performance?
Yeah, but I believe it was the same time, I believe it was when Lady Gaga did the halftime show? You think they had Katy Perry do the halftime show for the football watchers? Yeah, because my dad's a big Weeknd head. What are you talking about?
I feel like American pop is more well known than a Japanese AI pop artist. Like I don't
so
think
then we
those
just
are
need to wait
comparisons.
until Megan Thee Stallion does a collab with Miku.
Oh God, wait, who's the guy that just? Because he's been on my feed nonstop this whole Twitter. Did you hear about the guy who got the $24 million diamond put in his head? Like Vision.
What?
You haven't heard about this? Oh my God.
No,
okay.
What are you talking about?
So there's this rapper. I don't remember their name, but they got a $24 million pink diamond surgically implanted in their forehead and to look like Marvel's Vision. And I'm picturing that guy doing a collab with Hatsune Miku because that name's really hot right now.
Uh-huh. What artist do you know of that does music and could name do you think would be most likely to do a collaboration with Miku? And before you say some like deep cut, I mean like somebody that would get radio play. I'm asking you, who do you think it would take and who do you think is most likely to bring Hatsune Miku to the Super Bowl?
Who I feel like would, just because... there's two people I'm thinking of. One, because it logically makes sense, and the other one because of I feel like they're experimental like that. I feel Metallica, like a Metallica x Hatsune Miku collab just feels right to me. But then also like, I feel like Daft Punk would be the first person to sign yes on that. Just do a whole, because they do like they're not voting.
I hate to be the one to break it to you, Blake Rea, but Daft Punk and Metallica are never getting another Super Bowl show. Can you try it one more time for me, bud?
Fucking Daft Punk, when they released an album 6 years ago,
has not released an album, in 6 years at least. Hey, dude, I think it's worse. Really quick, why don't you go ahead and Google when their last album was?
It was like Random Access Memories, I believe, was. Hey AJ, I hate to break it to you, but
Random Access Memories was 2011, wasn't it?
I couldn't tell you. My mouse literally died as I was moving it, so I have no access to my computer at this moment anymore. So yeah, it could very well have been at 2011.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and hurt us both with this. Daft Punk's last album was...
Wasn't it Tron Legacy when that came out? Or was Tron Legacy before
Yeah.
Random Access Memory?
Their Wikipedia article says 2011 to 2015 Random Access Memories, but that album dropped in 2011. It is 10 years old.
Jesus.
It's a 10-year-old
Dude,
album.
that album still fucking kicks it, though. That solo where they have Johnny
Yeah, but
JoJo.
they're not going to ride that to the Super Bowl, dude. I want to know who's going to get Miku to the Super Bowl. If you don't have an answer for that, just admit it to me. Don't be like, oh, Metallica.
Well, no, okay.
Oh, the band that my dad listened to could totally get Miku out there.
No. You gotta look at it from my perspective here. Nobody just fucking drops a new track at the Super Bowl. This would be under the assumption that Daft Punk makes a collab album with Miku Hatsune, and then that album goes fucking viral, and that's what leads them to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying they would just come out of the woodwork. That's not at all what I was saying. Like, same thing with Metallica. What was the last time?
You're saying that if Daft Punk revealed a third member of their group and it was Hatsune Miku, that would reinvigorate their career and bring them to the Super Bowl.
How cool would that be, actually? Because picture it like they just release an album and they call it Vocal or something like that, and they're just like doing their tour, and it's just that the two of those Beat Boot boys on stage doing their thing, and then slowly like glass panes like rise up from the stage, and you just see every single Vocaloid, like every major Vocaloid that has existed, and they just start doing like fucking, they're like live mixing their vocals, their digital vocals on stage. How fucking cool would that be? That would be so
dope.
fucking rad. And I don't know, like, I feel like any French disco electronic artist, because you have stuff like Breakbot or God, I'm blanking on the rest of my French digital people, but they're like, a lot of that shit's experimental. Like the DJ electronic scene in France is fucking awesome, and it wouldn't surprise me that they've already know Hatsune Miku. Like I don't doubt that at all. But
hey, Blake, I have a gun to your head right now. Watch out. Name me the 2 football teams that are in the Super Bowl.
the Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Red Sox. Is that good?
I regret to inform you that you're super wrong.
Dude, I don't know. I don't fucking watch football.
I'll tell you this.
You think I do sports?
I see that one of these bands here is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, gun to your head, if you could tell me where Tampa Bay Buccaneers are from, what state that is?
Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay is not a state.
There's a Tampa near my house, so I would say Los Angeles.
Hey, Blake, can you name all the states that you can from America?
No, what are you talking about?
Like, you know there's other states, right? I don't even think that California has a professional football team.
Dude, you're asking me all the wrong questions. All questions. Like, I have no answers for any of these, dude. All right, we've been fucking around for 9 minutes. Let's get into this podcast. AJ, you got a submission for me?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do a podcast. Of course, I have a submission, and I have a submission. Okay. It's very germane to our current plight.
Oh, no.
This comes from Joe. Thank God it's Friday Langlois. Black Lives Matter at the Giuseppe. Gridball, a Gears of War spinoff. You can unlock playing as Cole back in his glory days. It was called Gridball, right? Anyway, this would be stupid. You know, you of course played Gears of War. You understand that one of the characters from the hit Gears of War franchise, his whole backstory was that he was Cole McGrath, also known as the Cole Train, baby. Woo woo. And he did football, but it was like cyberpunk, steampunk, dystopia football called Gridball.
Really? I thought it was just normal ass football. I didn't know that there was like an actual like original game in that series. Because I remember. Well,
we're about to make it. Okay. So here's the thing. Here's what we know about Gridball from our, of course, advanced knowledge of the Gears of War lore. Coltrane runs on whole grain, baby, woo woo. So, and we know that that's like Coltrane runs on whole grain. We know that like it's a big sport. We know that it's like very, very high octane, very intense, and popular enough that it can get cereal box promos.
Nothing screams adrenaline pumping like whole grain wheat cereal. Like
Nothing screams adrenaline like getting your face on a Wheaties box.
Bro, have you ever eaten Wheaties? Has any cool person ever eaten Wheaties? I don't think so.
You saying Shaq wouldn't eat Wheaties?
No, because every time I think of like, okay, here's the thing. Every time this is a little side tangent. Anytime I think of like cereal that doesn't include some sort of sweetener or some other shit, I always get a flashback to that. The reason Kellogg's was created, right? Kellogg's like cornflakes.
Yeah.
If nobody knows why that was recreated, go look it up. Have yourself a laugh. But every time I hear of Wheaties, I think it's probably created because of the same bullshit, right? Just because like
You're telling me that Wheaties put Sportsman's on the box to keep people from jerking it?
No, it's probably not jerking it. They already got that covered with cornflakes. Like that stopped the whole jerk.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking,
of course,
I don't know.
of
It's like,
course.
when did Wheaties come out? Like the 70s? What was really big at that time?
Baseball?
D&D. So they were thinking every kid's gonna become a Satanist. We got to come up with this cereal to anti-Satan, not kids. So that's what I'm thinking.
Wheaties is the jock cereal to keep kids from being nerds.
So, but every time, okay, so I going back to the game of Gridball, like that's all.
Okay, we also know that Gridball isn't an inside sport because there's a Gridball arena game map in Gears of War 3.
Also, between
I remember there being obstacles that you could take cover behind, but I don't recall whether or not that was a sports thing or if that was a arena being half destroyed thing. Do you recall? Perhaps?
I don't know what the tactics was. Okay, you haven't played Blood Bowl, right? Or like played any of the video games for Blood Bowl?
No, but I know what Blood Bowl is. It's football with murder.
Yeah. I mean,
it's football, but the players are allowed to bring a knife onto the field.
Yeah.
That's what Blood Bowl is.
For those that don't know, Blood Bowl, that's like Warhammer's like fantasy football series, but like it's like full contact. Like you can like shoot people and like and beat the shit out of them. It's very, very fun. It's a very fun board game. But I'm wondering if you could take some sort of approach like that, where I think the whole thing has to be powered by Cole's quotes, right? Because he says the pain train. So that tells me that there is a move that you can do. So like maybe this is some sort of game like just gonna steal from fucking what's it called from Warhammer Dire Chasm or fuck whatever it's called. It's a deck building game / football game. So like you built out your deck and your deck is made of certain moves. So like Cole has his signature move is the pain train. Then like say, hey, Cole's running low on health. Guess what? Turns out you have a card in your hand called Whole Grain, baby. Whole grain. What was the whole quote again?
Coltrane runs on whole grain, baby. Woo woo.
Yeah, that's all. That whole quote is on the card. So, like, if you pop that card onto the field, then basically your character gets a little bit of health back and can continue their sort of thing. So, I'm wondering if you could do some sort of like, I'm trying to not do Blood Bowl, but trying
Blake,
to do
how
Blood
much
Bowl.
experience do you have with football games?
None, dude. You think I don't like sports, man. Like nothing against people
No,
that did
no, that's
sports,
fine.
but like I did baseball for 10 years and I'm like, I've had my fill. Me and my knees have had their fill. I'm good now.
Okay. All right, ask me because I have a good answer.
All
for
right,
this.
AJ, what do you mean what question? Hey AJ, what do you know about pro football? What do you know about the foosball?
No. Ask me what I know. Ask me what I know about football. Ask me what I football. Ask me what I know about football games.
All right, totally unprompted.
Sorry, wait. I fucked it up. Ask me what I know about football video games. There we go.
All right, AJ, totally unprompted. What do you know about foosball video games?
So, I played exactly 3 matches of a football video game, and it was because, hold on, wait, the bit gets better. And this is because one of them had what was referred to as mascot mode, where all of the players were replaced with mascots from their teams. So you just had a bunch of people running around with really, really big heads. So I played a couple matches of that while I was hanging out with my friends in high school. But here's what I do know about the football games. When you have to, because you have to control like 12 people all on the field at the same time. So before every play, it like throws up a bunch of different maneuvers that your players will all do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I, again, don't remember whether or not the football or grid ball had actual platforms that you could take cover behind or not. But I'm going to say that you could. I'm going to say that when you are given, we're going to play it like a normal football video game. For every round, set, down. What's it called when you start a football thing? I know they're called four downs, but
yeah, I believe they're well, there's like I'm just gonna totally make assumptions here. There's the quarter, and then within the quarter there are downs. There's first down, second down, third down, fourth down.
I played high
And
school in football, so I do know most of these terminologies for the record. I just really can't. Anyway, so when you go in for every down, for every time you would hike the ball, you get given all of the little plays that you could do. But I think on top of the plays, you can also select zone setups for, let's say, the next 4 or 5 yards. This means that when you set your play, when you are about to do your offense, you know what the world is going to look like for 5 or 6 seconds. So you know what path you want to take with the ball once you get the ball. Like, because we all know the most boring part about football is when they get the ball and they just start running with it. Like, whatever, you're just going to go straight, idiot. Anyone can run straight. The hard part's catching the ball. Once you're free, baby, you're free. I want to make a game where, like, you have to think about, like, ooh, what's your pathing going to look like? And the way that is by offense and defense can each create the zone, like the roadmap of what they're going to do. A little bit of like tower defense, but with the geography.
So just regular ass football.
No, because again, like, it's after the football. It's after the ball has been gained. It is where they're going to run. I want it to be more than just down the field. I want it to be left, right, under this thing, over this obstacle. I'm going down to the 20, but then at the 20 there's a big border, so I have to run sideways down the football field like 50 yards, and then I could go up to the 10 again. You know what I mean? Like, I want to create a way that the players can decide what path the offense has to take as they run to the end zone.
I want to build on what you're saying, because it just sounds like regular football right now, just like with
what football have you played where like obstacles jut up from the floor?
I mean, like, you're right. There's like no game where obstacles jut up from the floor, but like
that's what grid ball can be, baby.
Well, a person can just represent that obstacle. What I'm thinking here is, let me just throw you a little curveball here. So at the beginning of each down, you need to come up with your plan based on where the players are currently. So, you know, like, there's no obstacles on the field. There's nothing like that. It's just people. And then once you've made your move and activate the down, obstacles then pop up at random places. So basically, you may have built this plan, but then once the down activates, an obstacle will suddenly appear that could appear in your path, and then you have to maybe there's like some sort of reaction element to be like improvisation.
So the obstacles are not created by the players; they are random.
They are like, and it changes, like, it's an ever-changing field, like, between each down, but it only activates after you've made like your plan, like your little like at the between downs you do your huddle and you come up like, hey, this guy's gonna go here, we're gonna pain train this group of people here, and you're gonna go through that opening. But oh shit, there's something that like a stone pillar spawned in that same place, so now I get you would have to come up with some sort of maybe improvisation like mini game. Or maybe it's like a quick time
let's
element.
put a pin in this and move on.
Okay.
I'm not certain if we can come at this from a similar angle.
No, we know it might just be,
you know,
that
I think creative differences will destroy grid ball. Between our lack of knowledge of football and our lack of knowledge of grid ball.
I mean, to be honest,
move on.
our lack of knowledge has never stopped us before. You and I have just pain trained through.
Yeah, but I don't want to do a football crime on the big game day. on the game day, I'm gonna commit a football crime? Nuh-uh.
All right, I got a game. This one comes to us on Twitter from Caleb Albay Martin. Is this Theus? God, I gotta get good at
Is it Theus?
This AJ, next weekend is going to be a big day. Next Sunday for a lot of romance is going to be in the air. And
next
we're not
Sunday
having
is the
any
big
of that.
game 2, the second big game day.
The second big game day. And we're having none of that. And Caleb says
because we're in a panty.
No, stop it. It's such a weird way to say pandemic.
Oh, look, dog, it's been a year. I'm done with all of those syllables. God, we need to shorten it. You know what I mean? It's time for slang to come in.
I don't know. A fucking endemic? A fucking event? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Just like I feel like if I was walking down the street and I just heard somebody say
pandemic. Are you kidding me? We call it an andemic for short. Give me your game submission.
There are plenty. Oh God, my phone. There are plenty of dating games this Valentine's Day. You know what shouldn't be made? A breakup game. AJ, so what if we had to do a game?
Ain't this just Catherine?
No, Well, Catherine isn't a breakup game. It's like it's trying to figure out.
It's a cheating game. You're right.
Yeah, how to not get caught because you were cheating. And
all right, let's keep going though. A breakup game. Continue.
So let's look at, like, if we're looking at Valentine's Day or dating games, all of those things. I know we talk about dating games on this podcast all the time, which is funny because I don't think you or I play that many dating games, right? I think I've just played Honey Pop, and that's about it.
Yeah, I've not played a dating game outside of my adventures with dating games in high school on Newgrounds.com.
Wait, does Helltaker count as a dating game?
No, that's a puzzle game.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is if we take all of those elements and kind of flip them on their head. So how do you gamify, one, the opposite of a memory game, and also, like, is it like a puzzler thing of, like, you're trying to break up with somebody and trying to make the best possible circumstances for that breakup of, like, hey, this breakup's happening, but I'm trying to figure out a way that you can like do the breakup and then have it like you're trying to, like, cover your ass on it. Because obviously, here's the thing about this the main character of this game, they're gonna be a piece of shit. Like, they're gonna be really just they don't understand that breaking up.
You could be a good person and break up with somebody.
But this is a game that should not be made. So I'm wondering if it should be like this is a character that is actually being an asshole.
Let me pitch you on this one, Blake. Rather than have to create a character that's maybe rather than try to create a setup in which our character can break up with many people, because, like, you know what I mean? Like, we have a couple different setups we could do here. One, they're dating a bunch of people and they need to dump all but one of them. Perhaps they just, like, have gotten all of these romances and you do one breakup and then you move on to the next breakup. What if we take a little page out of Taika Waititi's book and do the Breaker-Uppers?
The Breaker-Uppers?
That was the name of the movie, correct? Let me fact check myself.
The Breaker-Uppers? What are you talking about? Oh my God, you're right. The Breaker-Uppers. Upperers.
The Breaker-Upperers is a New Zealand romantic comedy film that was written, directed, and stars Madeline Sammy and... Why did I think this was a Taika film? Oh, executive produced by Taika Waititi. Directed by Madeline Sammy and Jackie Von Beck. It is about these two women that their whole job is breaking up with people for them. Oh. So I would say, I want to break up with Blake Rhea. And the Breaker-Uppers would show up and they would say, hey, I regret to inform you, Blake Rhea, that AJ has died a horrible death and will not be podcasting anymore. His voice is broken.
This feels like the exact opposite, because you've seen Her, right? With Spike Jonze as Her. It's like, you know, like, his job is to write love letters to people, and, like, it's in place of other people. This is like the exact opposite. It's like a little law firm where everybody is in charge of managing other people's breakups.
Yeah, okay, so here's what it is. I think this game would be like a visual novel with slight puzzle elements, like a Phoenix Wright game.
You have to figure out the perfect way to break up with them.
Yes, you have to find the perfect way to get somebody to break up. You have to, like, do research. You have to investigate both of their lives. You need to find, like, the little things, right? Like, these people have to break up because they want to live a life at sea. Yeah, that's it.
This person wants to drop everything and just go missing at sea.
And, like, maybe one person comes up to you and they're like, hey, I want to break up with my significant other, blah, blah, blah. I plan on moving away to another country. And you're like, I know the angle. I'm going to tell their significant other that they are dead. The person that's being dumped will never know because this person's leaving the country.
So wait, real quick question. If you want to throw some spice on this, is it that every case is about helping the other person fake their death? So it's like extreme breakup. So I'm wondering... I
have a very particular set of skills. This one singular skill is making people believe that you're dead.
Because I'm wondering, because if you do it, because you would have to figure out, like, how would you make that believable? It's like,
Here's
so
what
you're
it
hiding
is.
evidence.
Your character is a member of the secret service. What's it called when like you do crimes and like you're part of crimes and then you narc on them and then you need to disappear and relocate somewhere else under a false identity or a new identity?
What's it called? Witness protection.
So you're a member of Witness Protection. Your job as Witness Protection is you're part of the erasing group. And when somebody goes into Witness Protection and they've been moved away somewhere else, your legal job is doing all the breaking up and destroying all the ties that they previously had. So your whole job is to examine the law case that you had, find what evidence you have, and propose that evidence in a different way, specifically to the old people that they had ties with.
Okay.
You have to go to the gas station and explain to the gas station clerk why they're local. Jimmy Nasty. I almost said Jimmy Fallon. Sure, why not? Jimmy Fallon's part of the Witness Protection.
Jimmy Fallon's gonna go missing.
Gas station that Jimmy Fallon used to always go to because Jimmy Fallon got put in the Witness Protection program. You need to find a believable reason why Jimmy Fallon would have broken up with the gas station clerk and tell them that. You need to make the complete erasure of a human being in all regards believable for the people that saw it happen.
So you're basically, I don't know if witness protection is the bet, 'cause that's implying that there's somebody trying to hurt them and they're being protected.
The stakes, but that's why like you can't mess up. That's why you have to do good at making all these erasures happen, because like dramatically we have some like stakes. And again, this is gonna play like a Phoenix Wright type game, like. This is gonna play like an Ace Attorney. Like there's a core plot line that you're not like. There's like a fail state, but it's like, oh no, and then you restart the level or whatever.
Well, you know what would be pretty cool actually is like the core story of this is like the first thing that jumps out at me is the core part of this game is that your character, like, because the irony is like they got broken up with and it was an awful experience. So, but they're helping other people, you know, break up or whatever. You find out that character that broke up with you at the beginning of the game was a part of the same system that you do. So like your breakup, or like you think your partner died or something, you find out your partner is still very much alive. They just didn't want to fucking interact with you. So
they were put into witness protection and had to be erased.
I don't know if witness protection is the right answer here. Is like the right.
Why not? It's very funny. Is the thing. Could you imagine trying to explain to some gas station clerk why Jimmy Fallon will no longer be showing up anymore?
But they're not protecting them. You're helping them break up because they're not an adult enough to break up with a person.
Hey, Blake, if you got put into witness protection, would you go out of your way to go talk to your significant other and be like, hey, Sally, so I'm going into witness protection. You can't tell anybody, though. No, it has to be so secretive and discreet. You need to break all of the ties that this person previously had in a way that feels believable. Yes, you will be breaking up with people's significant others for them, but that's because they couldn't do it themselves. They were put in witness protection.
The concept of somebody wanting to break up with somebody but so unwilling to
Jimmy
do
Fallon
so
didn't want to break up with them.
hold on the concept of a person wanting to break up with somebody but not knowing how to do so and being so stressed about it that they would cut literally everybody else from their life to go into hiding so they don't have to do this adult thing is very funny. And that just like some of the well, because that's what it is, right? It's like that kind of explains some of the people that you're going to be meeting. It's like you're going to have like, yeah, I'm like this big businessman, and I have this person I'm dating that I don't ever want to see them again. I'm gonna leave my Fortune 500 company. I don't know what Fortune 500 means, but I know it's a big word.
Okay. So you're proposing that we are a private company of erasers that will do this for anybody. But the one thing is that we're a private company that specializes in witness protection, like things. But we're not doing it for people in witness protection. We're doing it for randos that just want to be disappeared.
Well, no, like specifically because they don't know how to break up with somebody. Like
okay,
that.
So Jimmy Fallon is decided that he wants to be erased rather than break up with Jimmy Fallon.
But how do you erase Jimmy Fallon? Other. They're a TV superstar. So you got to do that. That's what the whole level. live on air in front of all of the United States of America. It's like, how are we gonna hide Jimmy Fallon from all of America? We're gonna kill
So what
him
does it play like?
live on air.
Is it a visual novel then?
I think it's a visual novel where it's like a lot of item puzzles.
Yeah,
like maybe
okay.
Grim Fandango would be kind of a good example where you have to like
Of course,
find things,
Grim
combine
Fandango,
things.
one of my favorite games, Grim Fandango.
Have
I
you ever
really
played that
liked the deals that I got on the movie tickets when I beat that game.
What are you talking about?
Sick Fandango reference, AJ. Good job. Good job. Everyone laughed. Everyone thought it was a super good Fandango, the ticket company. Or, hey, Blake, if I had made that joke
God.
11 and a half months ago, would that joke have hit? Or is Fandango out of the social consciousness because we don't get to do things?
I have never used Fandango, so
Bullshit. I've bought multiple movie tickets for you through Fandango.
Yeah, but that's you using Fandango, not me using Fandango. What are you talking about?
Okay, well,
how dare you not know Fandango when I bought you a Fandango ticket?
Fandango multiple times. Just assume now. I want you to go back. Every time you and I have seen a movie together and I covered the tickets for you, you can thank Fandango for that. Fandango. We're not sponsored by them, but goddamn, if y'all want some sponsors when we get back to the world, we're open. Hit us up.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, I'm wondering if I've had to use Fandango for all like the weird movies, like when our group went and saw The Boy and the Beast. I'm wondering if I had to use I was about to say, I wonder if I had to use Grim Fandango. Fucking God. So I'm gonna call Fandango now. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna buy my movie tickets on Grim Fandango. All right.
I think Grim Fandango is what you have to use when like you're ordering tickets for the movies that would be on like the Chiller network. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. If this is our game, we call it Romance Fandango. Why not? I got another game for you.
All right, go ahead.
This comes from
really
Caleb
quickly.
All Day All Bay Martin.
Really quickly.
Muerte. Yeah.
Really
what?
quickly, I just want to explain something. You know what Fandango means?
No, what does it mean?
A foolish or useless act or thing. Why did they name their company after that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's in the Oxford language definitions. A foolish or useless act or thing.
I'll tell you why they named it that. Because you can buy tickets online from AMC. Like, it's called that because it's a Ponzi scheme. Because I could just go to the AMC movie theater place
and not
buy it from
deal
a
with,
third-party site for no goddamn reason other than I like the UI a lot more. I just like the tactile feel of Fandango more than the AMC theater website. So
But
I
also,
use
wait
it.
a second. But also, like, you have to deal with fees. Like, every ticket comes with like a $3, $4 fee, and movie tickets in LA are already so expensive. Like, why would you? What? This is strange. This is strange. All right, give me another game submission.
No, hold on. Did Fandango really just create a website and be like, we're about to make money off of people that are stupid idiots by creating this absolute scheme of a third-party website that's just nicer to look at, and we're gonna get $4 off of every movie ticket? Because this might be the smartest thing I've ever heard of.
Oh, wait, okay. I looked a little bit deeper.
And then to just name it that right on the top, I'm gonna create a scheme website, and the name of it's gonna be useless dog shit you don't need.
I looked a little bit deeper. It also means two other things: tomfoolery, and this definition, which I think is what they were going for, a lively Spanish dance for two people, typically accompanied by castanets or tambourine, which is what I think they were going for. But they were really walking a line there with like multiple other definitions saying, yeah, this is pointless. This is pointless.
No. I think we did just crack the code, because again, like, we can buy AMC tickets online on AMC has their own app.
Yeah.
I never needed to use Fandango.
All right, enough. Let's go to the next submission. We're very like slippy slidey this week.
This comes from Joe for laughing not. Oh God, Joe for low and Niggy Diggy at Oh, come on, your Twitter
I'm
handle's not
proud of
any easier.
I'm proud of you. Keep going.
Zacharizik?
All right, what did they say?
Zacharizik? Hatsune Miku is Jigsaw in this video game Saw reboot. The traps and challenges are all really specifically anime and Vocaloid theme. How's it going? This is the Miku episode. It's here. So I'm imagining like those like dance trial games at like arcades?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I want to do something like that, but it's Miku, and Miku's just like, you're going to sweat. You're going to absolutely break all of your bones now. Hello, I am Miku. Break all your bones. Like,
So, are you saying it's is this going to be more of like an arcade game where like, hey, what's the name of that one game? I always see you play it whenever we go to that Japanese arcade where it's like there's the two like knobs and you have to like move them side to side, up, down, and tap
yeah,
them
the
and
little
stuff.
knob game. I'll be honest, I don't know the name of it either. I just know it's a little like rhythm game where you have a little knob and like you have a little dot that's going along this long beam, and then there will be little circles, and the circle shows an arrow, and so you have to flick the knob in that direction, and it's just really
So
satisfying.
let me pitch you on this. What if there was an arcade game? Because like I heard something wild. I think it was from I think it was a person in our friend group or something where they built up a debt to, I believe it was Genshin Impact or something
Yes,
like
this
that.
was something I noticed earlier in the week. Somebody was buying third-party video game currency and ended up with a debt to the video game for 8,000 video game currencies, which equated to about $150 that they owed a gotcha game because they purchased third-party.
So that's fucked up. And I'm wondering if you could try and do some sort of system like that, but in arcade, not necessarily digitally. So let's look at
An
Jigsaw.
arcade gotcha game?
Well, no. Stick with me. What if there was some sort of rhythm game? Because like the big thing about the Saw movies or Jigsaw is that they're trapped. Like they have to solve this thing before they can leave. So what I'm thinking is hey, you want to play Dance Dance Revolution, but you got to lock your hands into something, and until you beat this game, you can't leave that rigging. So like, hey, you want to play that rhythm game? Guess what? Your wrists got to get locked down, so you can. So you can end up building up a debt to the game that you have to keep playing until so you can leave the game. But maybe there's like some high stakes reward to it or something, right? Like
so
these are the games.
telling
This
me
is the
that
game
you
that
go
pays
in
the
to play the
most tickets.
Hatsune Miku Dance Dance Revolution, and Miku says, "Hello, please put your hands in the handcuff," and you handcuff yourself to the bar that's all on all the DDR machines, and then
Yes.
Miku's like, "Okay, I think
Dance
that you
for your
need to
life.
get, I think that you need to get 500 perfects before you can leave," and you're like, "Oh God." And then Miku's like, "Okay, enjoy Dance Dance Revolution's remix of Through the Fire and Flames." And and Miku simply will not let you leave until you meet Miku's horrible curse. Miku's nasty challenge.
So, and here's the fucked up part, AJ. You can accrue a debt in that game. So if you fuck up real bad, like your goal starts to go up. So it'd be like, hey, you needed 500 perfects. Well, for every fail you get, it goes up by maybe 2. So like every one fail equals 2 more successes that you need to get. So like that one step back, or like 2 steps, 1 step forward but 2 steps back kind of thing. And here's the thing though, AJ. Every time like a retry still costs money. Like, how are you going to go get more money if you're trapped to this machine? Like, then you got to do that awkward conversation. Like, then we can maybe come up with an app. So it'll be like, hey, every time you run out of cash on this game, guess what? We'll just automatically put some more money in it for you. So we're just going to make it nice and convenient so you don't have to leave this machine. And maybe you can't leave this machine, but we're going to make it really nice and easy for you. So
you know what I love about this situation we've created also?
But we're going to make a lot of money.
We're going to make so much money by keeping people held hostage by Hatsune Miku and her cool jams. What I also love, though, is the fact of, like, every time we create something evil and we do our job of being evil and creating evil devices for evil purposes, we, of course, create maybe a service. By playing the villain, we create the service of creating heroes. I think about that a lot whenever we create a thing that shouldn't be made. I think about, like, all problems have an answer, and like just think about all the good we've created and could create in the world. Might I propose to you the dancing hero?
The
Another
dancing
great thing
hero?
that we will create by proxy if we create this horrible Miku creation.
What do you mean
We
dancing
create
hero?
we create a game where Miku is keeping people kidnapped. That is what this is. Miku is holding these people hostage until they finish
Oh.
Miku's dancing challenges. But oh
Mhm.
man, help me. Help. I make out a tweet. Please help. I've been trapped on the Miku machine in Sepulveda Boulevard for 3 hours. And I send that tweet out.
Oh
Another 3 hours show
shit.
up. And what's this?
Mhm.
Somebody that was on So You Think You Can Dance season 4 or something shows in. He walks in through the doors. He says, "Hey, sit up on the bar. I'm about to break you out of this thing." And I have somebody swoop in and just absolutely kill it on that little dance machine. Show Miku what's up. And then Miku's like, "Congrats, you are set free." And then I look at this incredible dancer. They look at me. I understand that they've just saved my life. I owe them a life debt. They say I claim the right of surprise. We stop talking to each other for 10 years. I have a child. It's magic. The dancer comes back, claims my child as their own. They go on a fantastic adventure.
I like the idea that this isn't just like there are dance heroes in the world. I like that it's just one specific person just go traveling the world and showing up when you need them.
Miku's arch nemesis.
And they just show up like with the biggest, most belt and buckle ridden parachute pants you can think of. And they just show up.
There's this dancing real life JRPG guy that we know will be created when we give Miku the ability to do evil.
Think of their social media though. Like they show up like tripod with like the little phone holder in hand. They're like, hey, I'm here at 1UP in Southwest Los Angeles, and I'm gonna save this person here. And you just like see a person in the background with like just tears running down their face, like, I can't get away from this machine. But he's like still like vlogger bro about it. Like that.
What's up, everybody? Looks like this person's accrued a debt of 2,000 perfects. That should be about 4 tracks for good old me.
Dude, their streaming game would be fucking insane. Actually, now that I think about it,
the streams.
Yeah. And then,
anyway, we're going to create an absolute hero by creating this machine in which Miku is trying to kidnap people and steal their money.
But see, this is how. Okay, why would a person play a game like this if they know that that's the risk?
For the same reason people go to those stupid haunted houses where they're like, "Come check out our haunted house. We stab you in the dick."
Well, okay, but you get a guaranteed experience out of this. I feel that this needs to be kind of like gambling, where it's like, hey, this is the highest paying game ever. Like, there are people who can like. It has to be so good people can make a fucking living doing this. That's why our dance hero can travel the fucking country saving people, is because this career, he can afford a living off of it. It has to be that good. Or he not necessarily
so you
it pays out
make
real
not
money.
Not only is Miku a horrible dance jigsaw, Miku is also a loan shark?
Uh-huh. Well, it's also, but it's all like,
and
it's
a
all
casino
arcade.
owner.
No, it's arcade tickets. So she's like a loan shark for fucking imaginary money, which is even funnier to me.
Right. Well, that's how we circumnavigate the law.
Yeah. And now I'm picturing our dance hero guy where he's just like, he doesn't make any real money back. He just makes tickets. And he's just like, he just subsists off of all of the things that exist at a prize counter. So it'll be hey, like, hey, I only eat like those Tootsie Roll Pops that you can get for 25 tickets. Like, that's all I subsist on. That's why I'm so high energy all the time, because all I eat is candy. And there are those occasional like, there are those occasional arcades that let you buy actual food with your tickets, which I think
there's
is like
so
the
much that I don't
thing.
know about our like prophesized dance hero, but there's something I'm obsessed with about the idea of like he's this person that is like leaning against one of those like ticket muncher machines, you know, the ones that go like chomp 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 as they slurp up all the tickets. And he's just like kicking back, leaning against one of those machines, headphones in, listening to Miko tracks, of course, to memorize the tempo, as the little machine just chomp 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 chomp. They're just belted out. Like, this prophesized hero is incredible. I hope they don't actually ever exist, of course. Of course, I don't want this person to exist. We're evil. Arr. But this is a little bit like, you know that scene in Hades where Hades was talking to the Fates, and the Fates were like, check this out. If you do this, this dope kid's going to show up and kill you?
Yeah.
Cinematic parallels is what I'm saying. So this incredible belted dancing Miku defeater will exist if and when we create our cool Miku ticket gambling jigsaw saw scheme.
Our person's locked up at the machine, and then you just hear a puff of smoke behind them, and it's just the Dance King with
does Dance King vape?
No, with those candy cigarettes. You know, the ones where it's just the bubblegum stick. He's like,
yes.
Look like you got yourself in a pickle, and then he just eats the cigarette.
I think the Dance King would also have 3 sunglasses, for the record. One on his head, one on his eyes, and one in a pocket, just like dangling there.
He has one, and he has a backwards cap. He just
a backwards cap, of course.
He wears those parachute pants and just a net t-shirt, like a net, like long sleeve t-shirt.
I take it back, actually. No sunglasses. One pair of sunglasses on the back of his backwards hat flipped upside down. Like, you know how other people wear it? Like, I've never seen it really, like, I've never seen it and thought, oh, dope. But this guy would wear that.
Yeah.
Oh, Dance King. Please don't show up and just stop our incredible Miku scheme.
He's just a fucking, like, cryptid at this point. He just shows up when you're in your dire most need.
He shows up when Miku is doing great evil. I'm going to also propose, this is another important part of our prophecy. Dance King does not care about you. Dance King is not on his way to save you. Dance King does not give a crap about human life. Here's the things that Dance King cares about. Defeating Miku.
Yeah, that's my arch nemesis, Miku Hatsune.
That's the end of the list. Dance King is not out for the greater good. Dance King is on some sort of horrible revenge quest.
And they expect to be paid. Like, all of the tickets that they made back, they're like, hey, I keep all the tickets. Like, I know you were in debt, and I know you put all your money in this machine, but I keep everything I just won.
Yeah, if you do not give Dance King the tickets, he will slash through your tires.
He takes
again. Dance King does not care about the greater good.
On the. I don't know if you ever did this as a kid, but you know, like belt loops for pants. Remember those plastic katanas you could get at arcades? He just has one of those in one of his belt loops at all times. And that's what he uses to slash people's tires. He just pulls it out from his back and just slashes a tire with it.
And before anybody says, oh, that's not possible, it would be for Dance King because he's so good at dancing. He's so fit and charged with sugary sweets from the arcade machines.
I was thinking it's more along the lines of remember the guy from Mob Psycho who also has a toy katana, but his OD
he uses
is just
psychic
so
powers
good.
to make his sword super sharp. I think that we have no reason to believe that Dance King has magic powers. God, I hope he doesn't. Because
I mean, he doesn't. There's so much, like, how does he pay to get around? Does he use his ticket? Does he have a guy he goes to
I don't know, and I don't care.
Cash?
Honestly, Blake, between you and me, I hope he doesn't. I hope he can't get around, because if he does, he's gonna kind of ruin our whole business model. Our whole business model is reliant on the fact that there is one singular Dance King, because he can't save everybody. I know he doesn't want to, because again, his only thing is the vengeance against Miku.
How did Miku wrong him? Like, that's what I'm so.
No, it's the thrill of the fight, dude.
It's the thrill of the fight.
Again, I don't know Dance King. Here's what I know about Dance King: incredibly good dancer, hates Miku, very good style. That's. I have reason to suspect. We have reason to suspect that he only eats sugary sweets. I don't know how he gets where he goes. I don't know his story. I don't know his life. He's just a guy. I can only like brain cannon a human being so much. You know what I mean? But this is a real person. I think this is where our prophecy stops. Like, you know what I mean?
It's just a never-ending battle between the biggest parachute pants and the biggest Vocaloid of all time.
The biggest parachute sleeves.
You know what it could be too? That like every place he shows up to, he dances. He actually breaks the machine. So I'm wondering if that's like his thing of every time he shows up somewhere,
be slowly destroying our Hatsune Miku machines.
Maybe that's what his goal is like to go around the world like he can only like I guess maybe Oh, maybe that doesn't make sense because like he wants the fight to keep going, right? So he lives for the thrill. He lives for like the tickets. He lives for
He lives for the thrill of it. I think he just hates Miku. Maybe he just hates that color. I don't know him.
He just hates her turquoise hair.
Here's what I do know. Miku's going to make us so rich. Miku's going to get us so much money off of this scam. You know what I mean? Like, again, there's only one Dance King. There's no way he can defeat all of our Mikus.
Do you think if we invite... Do you think if we invited Dance King to a launch party, he would show up, or would he like ghost us? Is he too cool for us?
Only if he knows that we are not tied directly to Miku.
We receive a beautifully handwritten letter that just says, "You affiliate yourself with Hatsune Miku. I do not want to be around you."
Exactly.
And he signs it. The fucking
Honestly,
Dance King.
If Dance King finds out that we're in cahoots with Hatsune Miku, I have no idea what he would do to us.
His signature is made with the up, down, left, right, and arrows from Dance Dance Revolution. Fucking
Blake
love
Ray,
Dance
it's time
King,
for our
dude.
nug.
Okay, all right. What do you feel is our nug, brother? I think it's either our Hatsune Miku dance game, or or some.
No, it has to be our Hatsune Miku dance game.
Yeah, we literally spent the last 20 minutes talking about it, haven't we?
Well, I think it's important. We spent 5 minutes talking about our Hatsune Miku dance game, and then we spent 15 minutes setting up the prophecy for the fabled Dance King that will defeat us. But again, very explicit. I don't think it's going to come to that. There's only one of them. It's one guy. How could he possibly destroy all of our Hatsune Miku machines? Our power is without bound. We'll be the emperors of the universe. Blah, blah, blah. Just some stupid guy. Whatever.
Oh, God. You know what he could do, too? Because, like, I'm
nothing.
imagining
He's just a guy. Stop celebrating the Dance King that's going to just try to destroy our Hatsune
funny.
Miku
He's
machines.
so good. You know why I think we love him so much? I know why we love him so much. Because he's basically Drift King from the video game High School. He just shows up and is for the
I don't
thrill
love
of
him,
the
for the
race.
record. No, you can love him all you want. I don't. I want nothing to do with Dance King. He's trying to destroy our Hatsune Miku machines.
You know what? You know what he does though? After he wins and after he frees you, because this game runs off of like most arcades do. You have like actual like credit cards that you swipe now. He takes your card for that game. So he's basically just he shows up, wins the game, earns a bunch of points for your card, and then fucking takes your card so you can't play anymore. And also now has.
Also, this prophesized person smells really bad, and I hate you. Stop breaking our stuff.
He smells like leftover bowling concession food nachos, like that.
Yeah,
really
he smells like leftover nachos and really, really old
and Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, yeah.
I never change these pants. They're my lucky pants. Like,
and you get and he has like bad breath too, and
keep it going, man. You're really brazzing him, dude. Get it.
And he's got swamp butt and
Oh yeah, he does not wear deodorant. He's like a lot of those.
He goes to
conventions.
cons all the time
and doesn't wear deodorant. Well, that makes sense.
So long as
he does go to cons because there are a lot at Anime Expo, like our big local anime convention. They have an arcade system there. They have the section where you can play the arcade game. So he shows up there and is that's his biggest day of the year, dude. Is he shows up there because that game becomes like free to play, so people are constantly getting trapped. So he has to be like, I'm gonna show up here and I'm gonna make some money. That's the biggest day of his. That's what he's always doing. He plays this game so he can save up for Anime
I know it's
Expo.
His biggest day of the year, and I keep on telling you, Blake Ray, that you need to stop sending 5 machines to every convention because he's going to show up and beat their butts all the time, but you keep doing it. I think you really like this guy. I think you like to see how powerful and strong he is.
Hey, man, I'm saying every game company needs a mascot, and Dance King might be it, dude.
No, Miku is our mascot. Miku's the one making us money.
Hey, I look at it this way. No, the fans always love the villain more. Who are you going to tell me you love more? Cloud Strife?
We are the villain.
Or Sephiroth?
Blake, I need you to align
Everybody
yourself,
likes
bud.
Sephiroth
We're the
more.
villain. We're the ones stealing the money.
I mean, yeah, but like, so we're trying to market something here, AJ. We gotta have somebody we can get behind. He's gonna become like Dance King is gonna become the face of the company, and I'm okay with that.
No, it's Miku. Dance King's not going to make us money. He's just here to destroy the world. At least we're here to get rich.
All right.
We've created a monster, and I'm still frightened of it, and I think you're starting to celebrate it, and I think you need to think about what that's going to do to our bottom line, bud.
Okay, two things we got to figure out. I don't think there's going to be any boss fights from the Discord this week because I just don't know how we would apply that to a dancing game. So I think we're gonna
I don't think so.
We're gonna pass on boss fight. But what are we gonna call it? Is it just Dance King? Dance King?
Why would we name the game after the prophesized person built to destroy it? This is Miku's game.
Because that's who
Miku is
you
the
want.
one luring people in. Miku is the one that is going. Blake, Dance King is a prophesized human being that will come into existence after our game is out there in the world, stealing money, destroying bank accounts, and getting us rich as hell. And then eventually the prophesized person of Dance King, the super stinky, smelly person who dances real good, admittedly, and can do incredible things with a fake plastic katana, they will come into existence after this game exists. We can't market it as that. You know what I mean? Like the Imperials of Star Wars weren't like, oh, and we're gonna call ourselves the Luke Skywalker fan club, naming ourselves after the guy that's gonna show up and kick our butts real bad. Come on.
Okay. So looking at the name, you're right. So one of the big games for Hatsune Miku, like a game comes out pretty much every single year, is Hatsune Miku Project Diva. So I'm wondering if we can take something like that where it's Hatsune Miku Beat Mania or Hatsune Miku Dance Dance Deluxe or something. Is it actually? No, Dance Dance Deluxe is a game already, now that I think about it. Dance Deluxe. Oh, no, I guess it isn't. So we could do something like that?
Might I suggest Hatsune Miku Project Payout?
Project Entrapment.
Entrapment's a little bit
on the nose.
Rough. Yeah.
Okay, project okay, what was your idea again?
Project Payout?
Project Payout. Okay, I like it. That's good.
Hatsune
there we go.
Miku's Project Payout.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That'll be fun. Oh, dude,
it's going to be such a fun game. You know what I mean? Because it's going to have like so many good Hatsune Miku bops on it. You know what I mean? It's going to have some bangers in there. We're going to get a little bit of Len and Ren in there too. We're going to get all sorts of good jams in here. It's going to be Vocaloid center.
Is there a way to get her voice? Because now that I'm thinking about it, we got to make a trailer for this, bro.
I mean, yeah, she's like a program or something, but I think like it probably costs money.
Yeah. It does.
Are we about to do a spiritual successor Hatsune Miku collab?
It costs $300 to get that Vocaloid program.
That's it?
Oh.
Hold on, wait. $300 and we could have Hatsune Miku as a co-host?
Okay, the first thing I pulled up, Vocaloid 5. Okay, wait, no, we can't get her voice specifically. We can get the software that they got the voice actress, that they put the voice actress's like
the program.
In.
It is what Miku is. Miku is a program.
Well, no. Like Miku Hatsune is based off of a real person's voice. It's just not that voice singing it. So they took that person's voice saying like all the different syllables and all that shit, and then they run it into this system. You can buy that system, but you can't buy her voice.
Yeah, how much does that system cost then?
That's like a $300 system for Vocaloid 5.
So again, $300 and we could have Hatsune Miku as a co-host.
But you can't, but you're not listening. Like you can have a Vocaloid, but you have to like, it has its own voice actor inputs. You don't have Miku's voice actor input.
But it's the same voice.
No, there's different Vocaloids, dude.
I don't want other Vocaloids. I want Miku.
How about this, buddy? I'll look into it for you, and we'll see if we can get Hatsune Miku to guest star in our thing. I'll do it just for you, buddy. I'll find the Hatsune Miku for you. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Let's go to fucking patch notes. Hey everybody, and welcome to Patch Notes. AJ, we are really close to something big here, and I want Actually, let me try this again because I did not do that well. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Patch Notes. We got some cool news. We are $5 away from reaching our merch Patreon goal on Patreon. AJ,
Holy
what happens?
crap, $5?
Yeah, what happens when we make those final $5?
When we get those final $5 pledged to us on our Patreon, we're going to be able to open up a merch store. What? So that
What kind
will
of shit
be
are
a
we gonna
place-
have on that merch store?
Merch, shirts, couple
Really-
other shirts.
Really fucking hyping it up there, man.
Well, okay. How's it going, AJ Hart? You know how I do. I keep it real around these parts. Blake's been the one that actually has touched the digital storefront more often. So here's what I believe we'll be able to offer. And I'm gonna list them out, and Blake's gonna
Oh my God,
kind of
you're
verify
right.
what we can and cannot offer.
You're
Shirts with
right,
black shirts with white text.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Gray shirts
our
with orange
logo.
text.
yeah, that's our logo. Yeah.
Race car stencils.
What?
Just a yes or no, Blake.
I didn't hear what you said. I can't say
Race
yes
car
or no.
stencil. Race car stencils. Stencils to go on a race car.
Race car stencils? Ooh, I would love that. Is it like a big race car stencil?
Is it
a small race
doable
car-
on the shop?
I don't know, man.
Okay. Just say no then. Just say no. Don't overpromise, baby. Stickers.
don't
Could
think
we
so.
do that later on?
I would love to do stickers. Yes, that's totally possible.
Could we do some long sleeves?
Some long sleeve? Yeah, fuck yeah, we could do some long
You
sleeve.
see what I mean? The world is our oyster once we get this shop up and running,
Yeah.
except for the race car stickers. That one, I had to wrestle Blake for an answer, but we can't do those ones yet. So, just a couple more dollars. Once we hit that benchmark on our Patreon, we'll be able to open up that shop, and we'll probably continue to try to add to that as time goes on. But it's something that we've never really touched before, and we're excited to play around with it once it's a real option for us. And again, this is only going to be an option so early in our lifespan because all of the money that you guys give us from our Patreon is all funneled directly back into this IP. It's either put towards our hosting, it's put towards ads, or it's going to be put towards this shop.
Hey, and thank you everybody that has donated to our Patreon so far. We're really grateful. It has been super helpful with helping us grow and, access new audiences and our Discord's fucking cool. Like I check in with our Discord every day because it's just, there's fun conversations that go on there. So that's been just fun for me personally. So
It's a great Discord. It is such a fun place to be in. I've learned all sorts of new things. There's so many good game recommendations in there.
and you and I
It
get called
rules.
out pretty regularly on that Discord for the mistakes we make on this podcast, which
I've never
I'm
made
sure
a mistake
maybe-
on this podcast. I don't know what you're talking about.
AJ, we had an opening bit talking about football when you and I don't watch football.
Yeah, but like no one can say that wasn't a bit. You know what I mean? Like they don't know me. I played football in high school.
That would be so funny if in real life you and I turned out to be just two 200 IQ just.
Y'all think I
brain
play
boys.
video games? This is a bit, yo. Like I've never touched a game in my life. When I'm done with this, I'm gonna go work out for 3 more hours and drink a protein shake with extra
drink a
whey.
Drink a Four Loco and just fucking just sit. Actually, no,
My
Four
protein
Locos aren't
shakes
really
are
elegant.
Four Loco and whey protein.
Ew, that would be disgusting. Actually,
You just don't
Alright.
get it because you're like in real life you're like a Renaissance art classical person.
sounds like somebody
like this whole cool grunge Metallica like fucking Carpenter Brute Dance with the Dead aesthetic that you put on the internet. All fakey fake. We all know that you're like a huge Renaissance man. You're a big You're like a big
neighbor Renaissance artist, AJ.
shit.
Gun to your head.
You're like a big
No, don't worry. This is a bit. AJ's just acting here. He totally knows. He's just doing a bit. He's got to maintain
all-
the illusion.
You're like a big Beethoven head. Yeah, I knew that right off the top. It was the delay was for the gag. It didn't take me that long to think of Beethoven.
Real quick,
Anyway,
AJ, what's
our
Beethoven's
intro and
first
outro.
name? What's real quick? What's Beethoven's first name, boyo?
I know that. Fuck you. Anyway, our intro and outro song. Hey, speaking of classical artists, can we talk about how Mozart has like one of the coolest names ever? Wolfgang? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
It's a pretty fucking cool name.
I'm going to name a kid Wolfgang.
Do you think if Wolfgang Mozart was an artist today, he would do the thing that Gucci Gang did?
We're
Like,
so
Wolfgang,
stupid.
Wolfgang,
Wait, isn't
Wolfgang,
it?
Wolfgang.
Isn't it? Was it not Wolfgang Mozart? No, Wolfgang Mozart sounds wrong, dog. Wolfgang Mozart sounds so bad.
No, you're right. It's Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, dude. You got it. You're fine.
Why does can you hit me with this? How come Wolfgang Mozart sounds so wrong and Amadeus Mozart sounds so right? Can you help me out with that?
I believe it's I don't know much about like how language and resonance works, but because I think it's conflicting letters. I believe there's this phenomenon where like names work better when the first name begins with an earlier letter in the alphabet while your last name is a later letter in the alphabet. So that's why you have things like when you and I are talking about or pitching ourselves to actually we're not a good example because it's Blake and AJ.
Yeah, I always use your name first. I can't take that kind of heat, dude.
Yeah,
when I drop names, I'm like, I'll go with him first. If you hate this name, it's his first. I can't take that heat.
Well, I think there's like this weird like phenomenon where it's like a lot of things tend to be like people like the like earlier letters before later letters or something.
Oh yeah, Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Skimpy. Yeah, there's also Rhett and Link. I didn't really.
Oh wait,
this
no,
through.
Ren and sorry, QRS. Sorry, Ren and Stimpy does follow that rule. Rhett and Link doesn't.
It's a bit. AJ's
right.
putting on a bit.
It's a bit. I didn't fuck that up. Hey, we need to close the show before the bit fades away. Thank you all so much for listening, everybody. Our intro and outro song is Chief Shot by Anna Monoguchi, an excellent song from an excellent band for an excellent game. I have been your host, AJ Hart.
And I have been your other host, Blake Rea.
This has been Spiritual Successor, and these are cool games
that should not be made.